Hi guys, welcome to the Saving Money Show with me, your host Sean. A few people have said about the noise, so I'm just in garden. I think I'll do something a bit quieter, and it'll be a revamp, and I'll throw in a few extra things as well. I'll start with the earnings. Basically, they were 131 million loss, and people were saying about how sales of 60 or 80,000, 7,000, sort of 87,000 income was ridiculous. But I mean, I did sell before earnings and managed to buy back after earnings, so now the support level is 1480 and the resistance level is 1580. So the thing is, I sold at 16, I think it was 1650, 1660, but the thing is, they were never going to have a good earnings. They're a growth stock. Yes, they're producing, but they're not producing on a mass scale. They are trying to get their contracts. They are trying to get these in order. They are trying to focus on the positive, like all the money. As I said before, this money is coming from warrants and investment where it's going to dilute the shares. But that's okay, because that will progress the company. You don't expect a company at this stage not to dilute the shares. You know, Tesla dilutes their shares, and people are okay with that because it improves the company. Now, am I still bullish on the company? Yes. Why? Because they do still have a good product. They are still a good company. Workhorse still have a good, bright future. People are talking on about they delivered 3 trucks to one company, and how they delivered minimal trucks to different companies. Well, it's like with a USPS deal. They deliver a few trucks to these companies, so these companies can check them out, so they can see that they're fit for purpose. And then, if they're fit for purpose, these companies will place a big order with them if they're worth it. That 50k voucher, which I spoke about weeks ago, a week or two ago, that brings down the price dramatically, but it's still a 300 grand investment if you're going for the whole package. The thing is, so it's still a big investment, and they still need to give prototypes. With the USPS deal, of course they can't speak about it. I have 2 worries regarding that. Firstly, I think Workhorse are the best ones for it. If it was a fair world, it'd be rubber stamped already. Problem is, we know it's not a fair world, and thing is, if Trump wants it to go through, so he gets Ohio. Problem is, not everyone wants Trump to win, and there are senators who don't want Trump to win, so they're trying to block it. This deal has to go through the Senate before any contract is given. The contract isn't given in September. The contract goes to the Senate in September, and then they decide. Now, if they come out with a clause, at the moment the deal says that it has to be 75% green, it has to be 75% renewable energy. However, that's the original deal. There are senators who are trying to block it, saying it affects the Green Deal, it affects this, it affects that. You have senators who are trying to say, sorry, but we don't want this to go ahead. You have the ones who want to block Trump winning Ohio, so their man can win Ohio, because no president has ever won without winning Ohio. You have the other senators who want Ford to win. You know, and they're using the excuse that, well, Ford have given the COVID tech, anti-COVID tech for the interceptors. They have built respirators and masks, you know, and also they're experienced at delivering a government contract over Workhorse, who have never delivered one. But how can someone deliver one if you don't give them a chance? So that's one thing that. So these are things that worry me. That it will either be split between Ford and Workhorse, or that Ford will get a big chunk of it. Now, we move on to Nkla. Nkla shot up, as you've probably seen, on the back of this garbage truck deal. But people aren't talking about the ins and outs of this garbage truck deal, they're just jumping in. Garbage truck deal says that they have to deliver 5,000 trucks by 2023. However, they have to deliver a prototype by 2021, otherwise the contract is null and void. Now, in my opinion, my worries with that, if I was a Nkla shareholder, which you know I'm not, and if I was, I'd be getting out now while the share price is up. How are they going to deliver it when they don't have a factory? They haven't even started building a factory. Number two is no information has come out about the price of the truck. It's all very well and good saying we're going to deliver 5,000 trucks, but what if they're delivering it for $5,000? Yeah, they're going to be losing money. Now, if they're going to be delivering it at a loss, I know they're not going to be delivering it at $5,000, but if they're going to be delivering it at a loss just to get some trucks out there, just to get some traction, you know, that's not going to be good. They'd be better off working on the infrastructure and the Badger and the Semi. Now, MGM. I spoke about MGM when it was $12 a share. Sorry, I'm not even putting any of these up. And I've got the wrong one up. And what am I doing here? How unprofessional. You can see how many companies I go through just to find a few for you. MGM, you know, you see it jump up. When it was $12 a share, I mentioned you should go into it, but now it's jumped up. Why? Because a certain internet investment company has invested $1 billion in there. Was it $1 billion? No, sorry, I mean, why? Yeah, it was $1 billion, because they what they've done is they think it has untapped growth in the internet side of gambling, and it has a brand name and is well placed. Now remember, mine was on its financials and the fact that there was a lot of insider buying. Now, and how it could go 3.5 years without taking any income. It could survive, and they have been taking income when they opened up. Now we can, what were we looking at? We were looking at that. Yeah, why don't we talk about that? Because they recently had their earnings, and NT recently had their earnings. Sorry, what am I talking about now? Sorry, DHT. That's silly of me. DHT recently had their earnings. They were good earnings. The dividend was up 37%. It has gone up 37%. So now your dividend for this quarter alone is going to be 9% for 1 quarter. Now look at that. It's jumped the dividend up. Now, yeah, I think there's going to be a big thing coming for tankers soon, and I trimmed some of my position in Euronav. I trimmed my position in NAT when it was 560. You saw before where it was 440, and now I'm going to be putting some of that money into DHT. Now it has decreased debt, increased profit, and when we first had the tanker rush in March, April time, I said DHT was my favourite. Everyone was banging on about NAT. I said it was a hype stock. I said DHT. I said after that Frontline, but then Frontline fell out of favour when they floated 1 million shares on the market when they only had 2 million on the market at the time. Now, and then my second favourite went to Euronav. Don't get me wrong, NAT is okay, but it's more of a hype stock. And Euronav has climbed so high, and you expect that when a stock is doing well, but that DHT is going to be my number one, and I won't be selling until it gets to $15. What else was it? Oh yeah, another stock I spoke about before, sorry we're going backwards and forwards, is Agency. Now, Agency Investment Corp. Now it gives a 10% dividend. You have just missed the dividend, I'm afraid, but the thing is, if you got in when I first mentioned it at $7 a share, you'll have already doubled your money, and Zax is saying it'd be poised for a surge. I think it's a good company to go into. We'll talk about Tesla, shall we? Now, Tesla hacker. Now, at the moment, the charts show Tesla as being at a high. The only reason it shows it as being at a stable high is because it hasn't been moving for the past week. Yeah. So, but it could easily hit another high. We remember when it was 400 for ages. We remember when it was at 700 for ages, and then we remember when it was at 900 for ages. So, yeah. Tesla hacker discovers vehicles could soon identify each other. Emergency vehicles. Now, what they're saying is they can use the built-in cameras to identify people, stop signs, other vehicles and other objects in the real world. And Tesla hackers dug into the code and discovered that Tesla vehicles will start identifying each other and displaying the other Teslas on the screen, rather than depicting a generic car or SUV image. Also appears emergency vehicles will be recognised. Now, the thing is, nothing has been said about this, and this is why a certain person on YouTube has said how YouTubers find out news before Wall Street. Now, and don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Saving Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button, even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me. I like a debate, and if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of others. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Now, I know I've gone over the Workhorse Senate thing before, but I wanted to do it in a quieter setting, and because some people said they couldn't hear it properly, I apologise about that, but that is one of the downfalls for doing it outside. And I also wanted to mention NIO. I think NIO will be doing earnings today. Personally, I think they will do well with earnings, but the thing is, I have no problem with anyone trimming a position for earnings, taking a bit of profit. No one ever went broke taking profit. Now you can do it that way, hedge your bet, or you could run it all the way up. Personally, I'm keeping hold of my position because I think they'll do well. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay savvy, stay investing. Goodbye.